they saw this home and it was this like beautiful custom built log cabin style in Beaverton. And they said, we have to have it. Like, that's the one. So then when I first started, it was like maybe within my first 4 months, I'm thinking, okay, they want a house. Like, okay, we got to set theirs up. We did an SBP condition. It was like so much going on for like my second home purchase. There was so much. I asked so many questions. And then I had to sit back and be like, okay, I've just helped someone, or I'm helping someone purchase like their dream home. And I had to sit back and kind of sit on that for a minute and be like, okay, this is what it's all about. It's like fulfilling someone's dream, and I'm the vehicle to get them there.
When I set a vision in my life and I look at my faith, my family, my business, my health, my wealth, I want other people in these real stories to hear the real stories of that journey.
I have everything that I've wanted, like in terms of family life, beautiful wife, making good money, and like my world's upside down right now in my head.
God is so good. He shows us his hands. Like people think miracles are like, like someone being instantly healed. It's so much more than that. They can be the smallest things where he shows his goodness in your life.
If you think of something and you believe it and you see it in your mind, it's meant for you. Go chase it.
See you in the next episode of Real Stories. Today on Real Stories, I'm sitting down with someone whose passion, drive, and entrepreneurial spirit are impossible to miss. It's just 1 year in real estate, and Josh Hartley has become a multi-time Rookie of the Month at Keller Williams Energy, all while running one of Durham Region's largest motorcycle detailing businesses. His journey from pre-dentistry to purpose, passion, and performance is powerful. And today, we're telling the real story behind it all. Josh, welcome to the show. So Josh, you have one really unique story and a really inspiring start, and that's why I wanted to meet with you.
Thank you.
This industry is a fast-paced one, and you got to have a personality for it, and you've got to have some business acumen. So from pre-dentistry to running one of Durham Region's biggest motorcycle detailing businesses to now becoming our multi-time Rookie of the Month at KW Energy. Every month I just see your face back up on the board.
There I am. Yeah.
There he is again. For those just getting to know you, what are you building out right now in your real estate business?
I'm trying to build, like, I know it's the classic answer of I'm building an empire, but I really want to build something that I'm proud of. I don't want to be a transactional agent. I want to be like a relationship agent. I want to build one of, if not the biggest referral-based real estate businesses in the area. And like I said, I want to build something that I'm proud of and that people are okay to share my name and be like, no, I use Josh. Like, you have to use him. So yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah, that's the goal.
It's also funny. I don't even know why, but you're like this magnet, and in a hilarious way. I feel like I run into you everywhere.
I know. I'm like, there she is at McDonald's in Union Station. It was so funny.
Random.
I know.
It happens a lot too. It doesn't normally happen with people, but I was like, I definitely have to find out who this guy is. He's on our board every month. He's
Could do some digging.
Who are you serving? Like, who are your clients right now, and how did you find them?
This first year was a lot of like SOI, or my sphere of influence. I did a lot of deals a lot were referrals actually. My hairdresser gave me an unreal referral. Shout out Adele. And I really tried to tie into the fact that like I have to be a referral based. I'm not the type to cold call and make 300 calls a day. I don't want to be that type of agent. I don't want to be cold in the cold calling. So I really want to make sure I'm building a referral based, but I think all of, if not most of my transactions have come from people that I've been like, oh, I do. Like, I know them. I've heard of that name. There's only been a few that were like, I've never met them in my life. But yeah. Nice.
And what part of this new chapter lights you up the most every day?
It's the end goal. I know that everybody is like stuck in the process, and it's especially first-time home buyers. I kind of always bring it back to that. The process of finding your first home is like extremely fun. I just dealt with a young couple in Whitby, and we closed 2 weeks ago. That whole process was so fun, but the end goal is so fun. My favorite thing, honestly, is the closing gift. Like, I love a really good closing gift. I don't do like a basket or a bouquet of flowers. I always like to personalize it, and that's something that it's like something I really look forward to purchasing for them.
Oh,
it's
that's
super
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
So let's take us back. You were studying to become a dentist. And what was it that drew you to that dream originally?
I've always wanted to own a business. Like I didn't really want to work for anyone. I worked at like retail through high school, but I knew that I never wanted to have a boss. I wanted to be the boss. And what drew me to real estate, my dentist is a really good family friend.
Okay.
And him and I were always talking when I was in there. And he says it's like you own your own business, you kind of make your own hours. So the whole object of owning your own business kind of appeared to me. And the school aspect did appeal until I was like, I can't do 9-10 years of this. Like it was more the mind space of it. Like I wanted that end goal. I wanted to own the practice, but I couldn't do 9 or 10 years in schooling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you realize, or the shift, when did that happen when you realized real estate was calling your name?
It was definitely during my first year at OnTech. I was like, okay, this is what I would hoped it would be, but not everything. So then I was in second year in the first semester, so the third semester. And I said to my mom and dad, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not 100% in this. And I don't believe that I should continue and like keep spending this money if I don't enjoy it. Like, this is not the whole point. And my mom and dad both fully agreed, especially my mom. She said, like, don't spend our money if you're not going to like it. And B, don't do it if you're not going to like it, especially now. Like, you got like 7 more years of this.
Yeah.
So it was huge to kind of change from, okay, this is something I want to do. Real estate really spoke to me in terms of still owning your own business and operating something you can be proud of. And everybody says it, but I do have a passion for homes and design and all that. And I was just like, you know what, might as well try it. And I love it so far. So
Awesome. And I know you had success as well. At 15, you started a motorcycle detailing business focused on Harleys. Where did that idea come from?
it was kind of random. So my mom and dad always rode Harleys.
Okay.
And it was cool seeing, like, especially your mom. It was very cool. And one day my dad said, why don't you just go down to the Oshawa dealership and like knock on the door and say, do you need a detail? And I went, no, I'm not doing that. So in a couple of weeks I sat on the idea and then I went, you know what? I'll do it. So I drove down, knocked on the manager's door and said, do you need a detail? And they said, no, we have one. And then I went the next week and I'm like, talking about resilience. And I went the next week at 15, drove all the way down there. And I said, you need a detailer. And they're like, okay, why don't you do one for free? And if it's good, you can stay. So I did. And then I had to make up pricing. And I remember sitting there with my dad being like, what would you pay? Like, I have no idea how to break down pricing of doing a bike. And that was, well, I started when I was 15 doing the detailing and I got the contract when I was 18, 19. So I've had the contract almost 5 years now down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you think your entrepreneurial spirit and wanting to own a business came from?
I think it's not like the classic cookie cutter. My parents were in real estate, or that's not the case at all. My dad works for the government. My mom has always worked for banks, like a classic 9 to 5. So I think seeing them do the classic 9 to 5, not that it was terrible or they didn't like their jobs. I just kind of wanted the opposite of it. I wanted a bit of freedom. I wanted the ability to just not sit in an office all day long. Mm-hmm. I'm not the type to be able to sit behind a desk all day and stare at a computer. Mm-hmm. But I think it was honestly the switch of, okay, this is what a 9 to 5 looks like in terms of my parents' view.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to try the opposite. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when you took that leap of faith and went knocking on the door of this place to detail Harleys, what did building that business teach you about work ethic, customer care, and ultimately pricing and leadership?
It was huge in terms of the customer always comes first. Starting out, there was many times where I've been like, oh, I missed a spot, or, oh, there's a scratch that maybe wasn't there before. And Harleys are a different beast in terms of vehicles. A vehicle's huge where you could miss something. Whereas a bike is like, it's their prized possession. It's not a want. It's not a need. It's a want. And then it's also a luxury item. So the people really care. It's a totally different type of clientele from regular cars and from real estate. It's totally different. Mm-hmm. And being able to sit down face to face with the client and really show them, like, this is what your bike now looks like. Like, I was so proud of my work. And I think that always had to carry through every bike. So being there almost like 4 or 5 years now, working closely with the managers and the entire team, like all the staff down there are super good. Being able to break pricing down and own one of the like busiest Harley detailers in Durham, it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
When did you realize helping people buy and sell homes gave you the same or maybe even greater fulfillment?
That's a good question. I think when it comes down to someone, it's like their dream goal. So one of my first deals I did, I can't remember in concession, but they saw this home and it was this like beautiful custom built log cabin style in Beaverton. And they said, we have to have it. Like, that's the one. So then when I first started, it was like maybe within my first 4 months, I'm thinking, okay, they want a house. Like, okay, we got to set theirs up. We did an SBP condition. It was like so much going on for like my second home purchase. There was so much. I asked so many questions. And then I had to sit back and be like, okay, I've just helped someone, or I'm helping someone purchase like their dream home. And I had to sit back and kind of sit on that for a minute and be like, okay, this is what it's all about. It's like fulfilling someone's dream, and I'm the vehicle to get them there.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So every major life shift has a moment or a decision. Obviously, having your successful business running and then making that decision, okay, I'm going to get into real estate. Was there a point for you where you were like, okay, I'm ready to do more?
I don't think so. I always have dreams are different than goals, and my goal is always to provide the best service and like be something I'm proud or do something I'm proud of. But dreams, I have like bigger aspirations than just owning the one thing. And I think it all comes down to the fact that my parents have really instilled, like, you have to branch out. You can't just own one thing. You have to do 15 different things in your life. And I think the transition was fully on the fact that like I have to be my own boss. This is what I want to do. This is what I need to do in order to live a fulfilled life. And real estate was just kind of I think this is what I want to do.
Okay. Did you struggle at all? So it sounds like, based on talking to you, going back to the sitting in your dentistry schooling, going, okay, this
ain't working.
I've got 7 years ahead of me. I'm just not in it.
Yeah.
Did you have any self-doubt when leaving that behind?
Yeah, I thought for sure I was like throwing it all away. Like, I've just like, what a waste. First of all, it was what a waste of my time.
Yeah.
And then I had to switch the mindset of okay, it didn't work. I tried it. A lot of people don't even get there.
Yeah.
So I tried it. It's okay. I put it on pause. If I ever wanted to go back, it's still there. But there was a huge like point of self-doubt where I'm like, this could never work. I'm starting in a industry where there's no benefits, there's no salary, there's no guaranteed income. Going from somewhere where I could see what my dentist and what other dentists were making in the businesses they were building. And it was not guaranteed. You're still a business owner, but it was, okay, this is way more possible and fruitful than what I'm stepping into. So it was a huge transition to be like cut cold turkey and go into real estate.
What fear did you have looking back at that and leaving, I guess, the active part of actually detailing clients' bikes and focusing on this? What fear did you have pushing you through the start in real estate? Like, were there fears getting involved in this?
I think for sure Amanda Brake was huge, and she's like, okay, don't split it down the middle. Don't say this is my detailing and this is my real estate. Why don't you play off your clients? Clearly, if they're buying luxury items that it's not a need, it's a want, then they clearly have the ability to then purchase real estate. So Amanda was huge in terms of the fact, she's like, don't think of it separately. Combine the two and leverage either. That was my 2025 word of the year, was leverage. And I did reach out to almost all, like 300-400 of my clients and database for detailing, and reached out and said, still doing it, still hold the contract. I'm not as busy as I was, but now I'm in this. If you ever need me, just call me. The question could be as dumb as you think. I'd be happy to help. And more than I thought reached out and were like, oh my God, good for you. Congratulations. I'll add your work email. Where I was under the self-doubt of, they're going to be like, oh my God, he can't detail a bike now. like completely shutting down that side of the business, it's still a huge business. I'm still doing tons of stuff. I have to dedicate usually half to a full day a week still.
Yeah.
But it was huge in terms of the fact that I had to combine the two. I had to leverage both clientele to be able to not cut cold turkey in detailing, but still make money in real estate.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have people who over time have supported you the most? Mentors, leaders, family? Are there people maybe from when you were young in school that stand out as people that have made you into who you are today?
I would first of all say my mom is huge. She's always been someone that has just like, you have to do what you want to do. Go for it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but figure it out then. And my entire family has been huge. My aunts, uncles, everybody. You hear all these stories where it's, oh my God, everybody told me I couldn't do it. And that's their story. That's fine. But I don't have a point of that. My friends are super supportive too. I've never had a point where someone's been like, I don't know if that's the business for you. Or I don't know, maybe you should stick to dentistry. And people did say that, well, oh my God, you're stepping away from like university. Like really think hard about that. But no, my parents and like the support system has been huge. I knew that if it didn't work, it didn't work. And they'd say, well, then what's your next adventure then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Josh doing next?
Yeah, basically.
So the presence of today, like I want to, I guess, go back first to when you were little. Do you want to share where you grew up? Obviously, your mom had a huge influence in your life. Just share a little bit of Josh as a toddler and younger kid.
I grew up right around the corner. Well, not right, but in Whitby, in North Whitby. I actually just sold the home, like my childhood home, which was my toughest transaction of the year, albeit weird selling your own home.
Yeah.
I had to do a couple showings like from leads on myself. And I'm like, so this is where I sleep. This is the wall I just painted.
Oh my gosh.
But it was fun in terms of like, I got to market my home, how I see it. And it was super cool. But I grew up in North Whitby, went to both school, like public school and high school in North Whitby. My grandmother lived with us when I was first born. She moved in. She lived in our basement. And then I think she moved out when I was maybe 12, 13, 14. And she was like a huge role model and key player, I think, in growing up. Like I think I learned the shoe tying from her. I learned how to write, learned how to read from my grandma because my parents were always working, the classic 9 to 5. So she was always there looking after my little brother and I. And it was super fun. Looking back, I was like, she was like the best daycare you could have ever asked for.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was super fun.
I have fond memories too. My house had over the garage like a nanny suite or in-law suite, and my grandma and grandpa lived there.
Yeah.
So till I was 4.5 or 5, she basically raised me.
Yeah.
And
same here.
There's such fond memories. Like I just remember being tucked in behind my grandma's legs, watching ridiculous amount of Care Bears and movies. And
Oh yeah. I remember coming home. My brother and I say it all the time. You'd come home from school at like 3:15, and she'd come and get you, and we'd walk home together, and she'd have her smoke on the way home. And you'd get home, and there'd be like celery cut in half with your grapes and a little grilled cheese, and she'd sit and watch Young and the Restless, and all three of us would sit there and be like, we have no clue what we're watching, but thanks for the snack. It was hilarious.
I know. It's just the love that pours out of them. The grandma interaction. It definitely creates this type of spirit in a child, I think, because I grew up like that your grandma thinks you're the best.
Yes.
And so you get this almost identification that comes from that, your inner child from a very young age.
It sticks with you.
It's exciting because you see things like almost like there's unicorns and rainbows everywhere.
They're like, nothing's wrong. Grandma loves me.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. So let's jump forward to today. And I didn't actually ask to go back through the slides of how many times this year you've been Rookie of the Month. Did you count? Do you know?
I think it's 6 consecutive months. If my math
I
serves
love
me.
it. We got to have like a special award for that.
There's got to be something.
I don't think it's ever been
Because I think
done
Trevor
before.
Patterson he says, because I didn't know that when the stakeholders was one time, I think it was the second month. I was golfing with Trevor actually. And I got my phone's blowing up and everybody's like, where are you? I'm like, I don't know, I'm golfing. I'm like, what's the big deal? And they're like, no, the meeting's on. You're on the screen. And I was like, oh, now I need to go to the next few, I guess.
Keep on celebrating you. What do you think it is that drives those results?
I think it's my passion. I always make sure that whether it's on the phone, FaceTime, Zoom call, in person with a client, I never give off the impression that like this might not work or you might not get the home. You have to instill like confidence and experience, even if I've only been doing it 6 months back then, 6 months ago. But I think you have to always come from the forefront of like, it's the client first, no matter what I think about the home, the situation, the offer, the price they want to come in at. You have to be like, it'll work. We'll do it. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out then. But you have to take bite-sized chunks in this business. And I think the success stems from it just has to be like one thing at a time. Yeah, one thing at a time.
The positivity and the words you speak is huge. And you might not realize that yet, but I'm going to ask like a really random question.
Sure.
So don't look at me like I have two heads. John Lee asked me this question. John Lee, did you come to the Think Bigger Day? So him and I met in Austin over a dinner.
Okay.
Like a totally random setup dinner. It was strange that he sat across from me, but he asked me, I told him a story and he asked me if I believe in quantum. You ever heard of that?
Slightly.
Okay. I won't go too deep on it, but ultimately what you say first becomes something you say, and then it becomes something you believe, and then it becomes a vision in your mind, and then it starts to happen. It's like it takes you from where it takes you quantum 10x to the next destination.
I think he mentioned that on that day too.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't like to go too deep with it because it can freak people right out.
Yes.
But what I see with you is that you have that ability, and it doesn't matter if it's with other people you're encouraging or if it's with your clients or if it's with the risk to go to the Harley Davidson place and keep knocking on the manager's door. It's like you've got this innate belief that something's going to happen, and then it does.
Yeah, it has to work.
Yeah.
Like there's no other option.
The same can be actually the other way when people are constantly speaking negative words or things about something in the future that will be negative in nature. It often happens.
You have to switch from it might not work to this has to work.
Yeah.
Like there's a fine line and letting yourself slip into the, oh, well, if it doesn't,
Yeah.
no, it has to work. Like there's no other option.
Yeah. It's planting seeds of hope. And it might not be like this, but
Yeah.
it does happen eventually. What habits or routines do you keep in your life to stay sharp and focused?
I think that now that I have an office here, it's been huge in terms of routine. I like to be here at like a very specific time, like 9:15 is my time. I know I have to leave the door at 9. But the whole routine of I live and die by my calendar. I had like a day planner, like a paper day planner. I'm like, okay, this is maybe too old school for me. Like I can use my Google one. And I live and die by it. And you have to structure, especially in this business. Like I've had a text where it's been like, hey, I'm here at the showing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm on the other side of town. Like I forgot I had a showing. So you have to live and die by your calendar and having the structure and stability in terms of like setting your week up, your month up, your day up, like living by your calendar and following through with what you promised to people. I missed it because I'm at a different appointment or I'm in a meeting here or I'm getting my tires changed. But like someone is waiting for me to look at their dream home. I need to show up for that. I have to structure that. Yeah. So that's been huge. Like I'm very big on scheduling and structuring.
I'm glad that you use that now. I have a paper calendar that's more for my kids, like where are they, what activities? Yeah. Layered with the Google Calendar, and it's all color coded, like the workouts, the time I'm doing podcasts or the time I'm calling agents and then the time I'm reviewing budgets. It's like...
It has to be color coded.
It's
I didn't at first. I'm like, okay, we got to get the highlighters out here. This is killing me. Yeah.
No, it works, definitely. How do you balance running a successful detailing business and a fast-growing real estate career and keeping up with being the age you are and still having fun, like still going to Jays games, still doing things that keep your life alive?
I think I was just talking to Amanda Mayers about it the other day. I think it's huge in this business to remember there can be a work-life balance, especially in the first year. You're so hard set on like go, close a deal, close the lease, find a tenant, find a buyer. And you can just kind of slow down and be like, you know what, that's showing. We can just couple them together and push them to tomorrow. Or I can write that email later. It doesn't close until 3 weeks. Like it's okay, Josh. So having that fine line of work-life balance, but I don't think there is a hard set line. We didn't choose a 9 to 5 for a reason.
Yeah.
I enjoy this. I like the Friday night. I can't do this because I got a showing now. Like, sorry, but we'll have to push it off. But I think, like I said, the structure and schedule, the Fridays are my days at the Hartley dealer where I can devote my entire time, put my phone down. I haven't scheduled emails, calls, closings for a Friday. Like, that's my structure in terms of that. And then especially when it comes to like me time, golf time, friend time, family time, I do couple it in with that. I go like in the winter, we do like a winter golf league and we schedule for the middle of the day. It might seem weird to some, but that's just what works.
Yeah.
I have to do it that way.
Yeah. And when there's a concept, what you erase, replace. So if I miss a workout because I decided to go out with friends one night or the Jays are playing in the World Series or whatever, you just pick that little colored box up and plop
And they'll
it,
tweak it somewhere else.
forward.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur and running your own business is getting out of that I'm not going to try and say this word, forget it, rigid schedule,
Yes.
which is what you obviously grew up seeing your parents in going, okay, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And now having the freedom and flexibility to set things up and create your life by design. And I love seeing young, thriving entrepreneurs being able to do that and still having this life that's so joyful and fun.
Yeah. And a lot, I think huge, my aunt just called me today and she's like, you are so busy. Like, do you ever stop? No, because like I like when I look at the calendar, like, yes, like no days are blank. Because it means I'm either making money or I'm having fun.
I'm the same.
Like, I hate a blank day.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Dust
go to
my
Costco?
window
Like,
ledges?
what am I gonna, yeah, exactly. I can only wash my truck so many times. Like, this is boring.
Oh my gosh. How has Keller Williams Energy, as choosing this as your place, I would love to hear that story because I think you joined at the tail end of when I had just come back from taking care of my last little one. And you joined here. Were there reasons that stood out to you as to why you felt this place would be a good place to start your career?
So Dina Maseo spoke very highly of the brokerage end of you. And she said, you have to, if you're going to do interviews with other brokerages, leave KWE to last. I'm like, backwards thinking, but okay.
Sure.
So I did my others and I went and thank you for the package and thank you for this. And I went home. My mom's like, isn't this exciting? Like, who are you going to choose? I'm like, nope. Dina said, save it till last. I got one more. And I came in here and I talked to Jacob and Dina's like, you got to call me afterwards. Like, let me know how it went. And I got in my truck here and I called her. I'm like, that's the one. You were right. I'm good. She's like, it was like 20 minutes. Like, what the heck happened in that conversation in 20 minutes? And I'm like, I could just tell. Like, you walked in the door and I'm like, this is it. We're good.
You like the decor.
It's a yeah, okay, maybe. And I'm like, beautiful office and glass. Like, this is fancy, this place. I can make this work. But it played a huge factor in terms of like, this is kind of like you said, life by design. I want my clients to walk into a space where they're like, whoa, like this is they're spending their money with me, us.
Yeah.
And you want them to walk into a place and be like, this is a beautiful boardroom. Like, this is where my money's going. This guy's worth it.
Yeah.
And when I first started, I didn't have an office, obviously. I only have had that office maybe 2-3 months now with Kareen. And I was always floating. I was either in the bullpen or I was in the meeting room or I'd step into Amanda Brake's office. And I was like, she kept pushing, you got to get an office. If you're going to be successful and enjoy the vibe of the office, you got to just have your own and understand. So I kept pushing it off. I'm like, that's a tomorrow problem. But even just sitting in the lunchroom and listening to everybody, the big guys in the office, the smaller groups, the single solo agents, I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. Like, I wasn't even involved in the conversation. I was more or less eavesdropping. And I'm like, that's a brilliant idea. That's going to work for my business. So being in KWE, I like wouldn't change it for the world. I love what I've chosen here. The support system is huge. I have a lot of my business to thanks to Amanda Brake. She's been a huge help. And everybody with her, like Billy, the whole front desk, everybody is huge in terms of playing a role in my first year.
I'm so happy to hear that. And thank you to Dina for recommending
Shout out
us.
Dina.
That's pretty awesome. Puts a smile on my face. I don't know if you heard the story of this place or space. So when I became the OP of Keller Williams Energy, we existed in a different building. I won't go into details, but wasn't the
It was
prettiest
the
of
Oshawa one.
locations.
I never saw it. People were like, "Oh, that Oshawa one."
That Oshawa
That was a
one.
good thing I was here for that.
There was trade your diamonds for cash money and tattoo parlor, and I
Yeah.
think we had like a pole dancing place in the
Oh, good.
basement.
Yeah,
like
right on.
it was really,
Yeah.
it was a place.
this is what we're looking
and
for.
then I'd get calls like, "Oh yeah, the sewage is leaking again in the basement." And I'm like,
We gotta go.
this is not our home.
No, this isn't
This
working.
is not our home.
No.
I can't be called on the weekly with sewage problems. So, the old owner came to look at options with me, and he brought this place to my attention. And I walked in, and he's like, "Just envision it." And I'm like, "Okay." Like I'm a visionary, and it was
I need to see
literally concrete floors and big pillars, and that's it. 14,000 square feet vacant.
Yeah.
And it was COVID, so no one was in the offices anymore.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it going, I can see it. I know it's going to cost a lot to build it out, but I could see this space being this community where agents can build their businesses and thrive in. And I took a legal size paper, a pencil and a ruler, and I drew my vision. And then I sent it
is so
to this
cool.
woman. And I had a guy named Eric and Evan, who are twin brothers, send me this coolest office in Colorado, not a Keller Williams. And it was this flip magazine of this insanely stunning office. And I sent that to the architect with my pencil drawing, and they created it.
You're like, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it happened. Like it just started
It
happening.
is so cool.
This is the quantum thing.
Yes.
This is
Because you
nuts.
knew it would happen.
Yes, and I always have faith. Like I'm huge on having faith, things will be fine. And everyone was like, "You're going to build an office of that size with
You're like, good luck.
with agents maybe never going into an office again?"
Yeah, that's tough in COVID too.
It was like the big
Yeah,
unknown.
okay.
But it was good because the contractors were pretty available, and there were limitations
Yeah, that's
on
true.
how many people we could have working in the space. But we had the time and freedom to design this, and I'm so happy we did.
It turned out good.
I wish I owned it though.
That's all right.
Next time.
Next time around.
Next time.
Call me. I'll help you buy it. There you go.
That sounds good. What is your definition of success today? And if you had to reflect back on considering dentistry or what you thought would be success then when you were going through school, how would you sort of compare it? Like,
I feel like success I feel like I know it's a word that's different for every single person. You could ask one person and it's money, one person and it's my children are doing well. It's different for everybody, but success in especially the real estate business, I feel like it's building something that you're proud of, and I can show people and open my Instagram up and show my friends and show family and say like, this is my business. This is what I've built. Like I am successful. And it has nothing to do with money. When I think of the word success, it's fulfilling and like checking the box off of your goals and your dreams. And it's like, next year I want to do this much and help this many people. I kind of don't do it as how many homes you need to move. What's your units next year? I worded it in business planning next week. I'm like, how many people do I need to purchase their dream home? Like how many families do I need to help? And I feel like success, like I said, is different for every person, but when you're checking those boxes of goals and dreams, I'm like, that's successful to me. That is building your life by design and saying that I've done that, I'm good, flip the page, we're on to the next.
I love that. And you took business planning here.
Yeah, it was so
You've
good.
never, okay, I was going to just ask you, was it good?
Oh my God, it was insane.
Good.
Yeah, it was so good. Like my mind hurt when I left, and that booklet was like 100 pages long. I was like, okay, but it was so good. It like gave me a huge perspective on not only how to run a successful business, but like, again, bite-sized chunks. Like it's not about making this amount of dollars and moving this amount of units. And it's like, no, just break it down to how many people do you need to interact with on a daily? How many emails do you need to send out? It was huge. Andre was super helpful.
Good. Yeah. Thank you, Andre, for coming and
Yeah.
making the time. He does that quite a bit around this time of year. So
Yeah, it was huge.
I'm happy he could come do it here. So being involved, we asked you to be on the Agent Leadership Council this year at Keller Williams Energy, and being asked to be on that so early in is rare. What does it mean to you to be on the ALC? Do you even know what you're getting into?
Well, when Billy came up and asked, and he's like, "Yo, I got a question. You want to be like in layman's terms? Do you want to be in the ALC?" And I'm like, "I don't even know what those 3 letters mean." And he's like, "All right." Closes the door, sits down. He's like, "I'm gonna go over it. You don't have to answer me now, but let me know later on." So he tells me. I said, "Leave it with me. Like, let me stir on this for a few days." And then I went back to him and I talked about it with my mom and dad. And I was like, you know what? Maybe like it can't take away from my business. I've had a good year, but I want to have a better year. So I went to Billy and I said, close his door. I said, first things first, if this has to work all around in my life, it can't take away from my business helping people, but I need to help new agents. So joining the ALC, I'm huge on the fact of I want to give other agents what I got here at KWE and more. I want them to have the tools and the structure and the ability and the knowledge to build really successful real estate businesses. And I feel like I can bring a new, fresh mindset from an agent that's only been here like 51 weeks and be able to tell them like, this worked for me, might not work for you, but here's plan B, C, D, E. And the power and tools we have here at KW are huge alongside like the staff. New agents, I think, need to leverage that. They need to be able to be given the tools and structure a P&L and know how to, in goals, how to mindset their business planning and structure their day-to-day. Sometimes I think people will join real estate and just be like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Where you have to have that color-coded calendar. You have to know what you're doing next month. And I want to bring a fresh set of eyes to the ALC. And I'm glad that I was asked. It's going to be fun, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And just so you know, as the leader of the brokerages, my intent, and always has and always will be, that people on the ALC get more out of it because of who they're surrounding themselves with. I don't want it to feel like you're in a role that's a job.
No.
I want it to be about you getting poured into as well. So
I think John Cahias put it a good way. He's like, you're in a position now where you are going to like leverage and get more out of it than the average agent who's been asked. And it would be cool to turn the ALC into something that it's like a sought after, like that would be so cool. A, to help, and B, to be in that position where it's like that is the end goal.
Yeah.
So it was like super honored that I was asked.
Awesome. What values do you have that guide your decision as a business owner and a realtor?
It's a good question. It makes me think to when I had to write my bio for the KW website. I remember sitting there being like, because I wasn't huge on like AI and ChatGPT then. And I was like, I got to write this. And it took me 10 or 12 tries. But the first few words I put was like honesty and fairness. I have to be, through my bluntness, I have to be honest and fair to every single person. Like, again, that they're buying their dream home. They're moving into somewhere that they want to be or need to be. So I think honesty and fairness throughout the entire industry is huge. And I think some agents are lacking that.
Yeah.
And I think it's very easy to spot the ones that are lacking. And the 17, 16 transactions I've done, you can immediately on the phone, the first 3 seconds of that phone call, you can pick out the ones who are doing this to bump their numbers and the ones that actually care about that homeowner, that buyer.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge. I mean, I had a client, we were selling her home in Whitby, and I was straight up. We had 2 offers on the table, and I'm like, this agent speaks like so highly. We were on the selling side. I said, this buyer's agent speaks so highly of her client that like this is a better offer because of the agent.
Yeah.
And she's like, you think? And I said, I sent you the offer. You read this, the same number, same condition, same everything. I said, but that agent, like, you can tell she cares.
Yeah.
And we ultimately ended up going with that offer specifically because of the agent. And then afterward, the home closed, and I sat back and thought, I'm like, I want to be that agent, that my clients are winning not because of the price on the paper. They're winning because of the love letter that we did together. They're winning because of how I'm wording and structuring my emails and offers and like open communication with the other agent. I don't want to win deals because we came in at a higher price point.
Yeah. It matters a lot.
Yeah.
And as the market picks back up and you get more into the multiple offers, I remember in Toronto when I first started, there were nights where I'd be doing 13 to 33 offers
Oh my God.
on an offer night. And this is before DocuSign.
Yeah.
in my office in Toronto.
That's wild.
People lined up at the door.
Yeah.
So when you have strong representation and an ethical, honest agent representing you, it makes a massive difference.
I think so too.
Not just for the client, but the relationship that the agent has with other agents in the industry,
Yes.
and how ethical and honest they've been through their time as
Yeah.
an agent matters.
Yeah, and I want that other agent. I mean, it's like the running joke. You have more agents in your contacts as an agent than clients, but whatever. But I want them to be like comfortable adding my name and number into their contacts. Be like, if I have an issue in Whitby or Oshawa, Josh is getting a call. Like if I want it goes right back to the referral based industry.
Yeah.
I wanted them to be comfortable. So yeah, I would say the honesty and fairness, but I like to bring like a fun, no pressure kind of attitude towards all my deals. I like it is an exciting time purchasing a home or finding that your first rental. It's super fun. So yeah, I would say those are the three: honesty, fairness, and fun.
Okay. What advice would you give another brand new agent who might be making a decision on where to join or are feeling absolutely overwhelmed and unsure?
I would say that always review your options. Don't just choose one because the sign seems fancy or their package they gave you when you did the interview looks really beautiful and the branding's nice and the numbers make sense. Choose it in terms of what makes sense for you and your business. Here, when I started, it was okay structuring my life around still owning the detailing company. And people weren't hounding me, meaning like, you have to be a full-time agent. It's not going to work if you're not a full-time agent. I never heard that once here at KWE, which was super enlightening. I thought that I had to cancel the really good business I've built and then jump into this with no guaranteed salary, benefits, income. And I think it's huge for new agents to, like I said, weigh out all your options, but choose one that makes sense and is going to bring you the most help. I could not have done what I've done this year without the staff and support system here at KW. Being able to call your mentor at 11 o'clock at night when you're like going sideways about a deal that's about to go sideways. And then by midnight, the deal's firmed and you're like, thank God I was able to call.
Yeah.
That's huge. I can almost guarantee you won't find that support system at any other brokerage. And I would put money on that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. What is the biggest lesson you've learned from helping people in their life-changing purchases in your first year?
The biggest lesson?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think the toughest transaction I had was selling my childhood home. My parents separated and having to be like, okay, we're not selling it because dad can't do the stairs anymore. We're selling it because like we're not seeing the stairs anymore. So that, in terms of lesson wise, I think taught me like you have to be resilient. You have to just block out the personal side of things. I know Amanda tells me all the time, Amanda Brake and Maris, they both tell me, they're like, you have to quit taking it personal, dude. This is business. Like quit. I will get an email, from the offer signed back and be like, what are they thinking? Like, this is an insult. But I'm like, it's not my money. It's not my property. Like, just send it to the client. Like, calm down, Josh. But when it came to selling my childhood home, I had a showing and I did a showing where the guy, prospective buyer, was in there and he's like, oh, the tile and the this and the walls and who picked this gray? And then I had to kind of go hard stop and be like, by the way, I don't know if I disclosed it already. Like, this is my parents' home. And he's been like, oh. And then he just kept going with the insults. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, this ain't the buyer anyways.
Oh my gosh.
So I think it teaches a good lesson of like, you got to be resilient. You got to like instill confidence while you're standing there.
Yeah.
But you have to keep pushing through. Like it was not it was the hardest transaction probably for a long time, but definitely of this year. It was a tough transaction.
Yeah, I'm sure. If we sit down together 1 year from now, what would we be celebrating?
Another good question. I have a number in mind that I want to do next year. And I have a number in mind of how many families I want to help. And I think it goes back to the whole point of I don't have an option. Like I have to hit that number, whether I like it or not. I have to hit that number. Like that's my goal, to thrive that dream, that end dream. I think we'd be celebrating the fact that I surpassed that number. I've helped this many families. I've grown my business double, 3 times. I don't think there's an option for me Like you have to just keep instilling it. But I don't think there's an option for me to do less than what I'm capable of.
I believe that. I think you will
Thank
hit
you.
that number, whatever that is.
Yeah, thank
I'll
you.
find out sooner or later.
I'll tell you.
Is there a dream or a goal that you haven't spoken publicly about yet, but would love to just put it out there today? Doesn't have to be real estate. It could be.
I've never really said it. Like my mom said, she's like, you got to branch out. You got to own a few things. You can't, don't hold everything all liquid. So I want to build, like, there's no other better word for it than like an empire. Like I want to build something where it's like, I'm here, I'm owning this. Okay, tomorrow I have a meeting in a totally different sector, a totally different industry. Like I don't see myself staying just selling homes. I see myself maybe being an investor, owning rental properties, maybe a design company, maybe a moving company. Like I see a larger picture. And I think that saying it out loud now, it's kind of like, okay, that's
The ball's
biting
rolling.
off a little bit more than you can chew, dude. But again, bite-sized chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have to build something that it's like, that was the goal in 2025. Like, damn, I want it to be huge.
That's exciting. I'm excited to see it all come into play.
Thank you.
Is there anything I haven't asked you that you'd like to share?
Not entirely. I mean, the question you asked about why did you choose KW? I think the biggest thing has been like the people in this office. There's not many in this office that I don't vibe with. Everybody is like, they see you stressed. They're like, what, hold on. What's the deal you're working on? Like, let's figure it out together. And it doesn't matter to them if I figure it out or not.
Yeah.
But they do care that the deal closes or the people get into that home or the offer gets accepted. So I think like the overall willingness to help of not just the staff, every other agent in this office being able to walk by and make coffee at the same time as Sean Lepp is huge mindset wise and just like bouncing ideas off of him. When it came to my parents' home and I was having a really tough time pricing my home, I called Sean and I was like, you might not know who I am. He's like, but I need help.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, come see me
Oh, that's awesome.
the next day. So it was huge in terms of that's why I chose KW. And even people that aren't, like I said, they're not invested in the end goal. They still care. They still want to see you succeed. That's huge here at KW.
Yeah. Well, thank you for pointing that out because the culture is so, so important.
That's
and the
the exact
people here
word
are
for it.
incredible.
Yes.
It's like a big family.
Yes, it is.
It's
It
really
is,
great.
especially when we have like the parties and the meetings and like everyone shows up.
Did you get extra people lined up for the big Christmas party?
I think I got a few more.
Okay.
Yeah,
The bus is full.
I laid down the law.
I
Yeah.
love it. I can't wait for that. It's going to be fun. If there's something else, is there something else that you're thinking about or working on? Or if I meet someone who I could connect you with that might solve a mystery to you or something that you just think about, oh, I wish I knew someone in that sector or someone that knew this already. Is there anything right now that if I run into someone or meet someone, I could say, hey, you got to meet Josh?
I think the next goal, like I have a 1-year goal, a 5-year goal, and like a 10-year goal. I think in between that 1 to 5 year goal, I do want to open a staging company. Design is pretty huge for me. And I love the way, like even just Karina and I arguing over what size picture looks good on the wall. Like that, I like that kind of stuff. So I think a staging company would probably be my next step forward in building the larger business empire, whatever word. But again, I would like to maybe connect with someone that doesn't just do real estate. They did real estate. Maybe it was their stepping stone. Maybe it was like their plan A, and then it built something larger. I think someone like that to just sit and have coffee with would be a good idea. Again, it's not going to happen in the next year. I don't expect it to happen in the next 3 years.
I already have someone in mind.
But okay, I like that. Thank you.
I'll definitely connect
Thank
you
you.
and share a little bit more
Yeah.
before I send you out for coffee.
Perfect.
Because I think there's some really cool ideas there.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the story
down.
about that. Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this with me.
Thank you for having
I know
me.
you've got a showing to get to, but
Yeah.
before we let you go,
Yeah.
can you just share with everybody on this camera where they can find you on social media, website, your brand, and if they want to get their Hartley detailed, where to find you?
So socials would be at Josh Hartley Realty. Website, joshhartley.kw.com. And then, I mean, Britt's always good about giving me the calls up front. So if you call the front desk, I'm sure I'll get your call. But yeah, in terms of Hartley detailing wise, the service department down there is very good. They'll connect me somehow. I read my emails every day. I'm very good about following up. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I look forward to releasing this podcast.
Thank you so much.